Welcome. This is week 3 of money. So this is going to be probably, this is the last leg of collecting all the data. So we figured out which expenses, what your accounts are. If you have access to it, we probably, went over hurdles that we'll have to go through if you don't have access to certain things on a personal level. We went through your income, so what it is that you're making. And the last leg is the expenses. So we kind of want to know here, we're going to ask ourselves questions when we're done with this. Like, are we living within our means? Are we able to cut back? Are we spending our money on the things that we wanted to spend our money on? Do we have control? Are we, what it is? It's just going to create the picture of what's going out. And we may come to the conclusion that either you need to make more money or you need to cut certain things, or you may choose to spend your money on other things. So we're going to get through that. But in the beginning, we kind of just want to know what you think, what expected to go out and what actually is going out. So to do that, we want to estimate what you think is going out. That could be like, rough numbers of, I think I spend $300 a week on food. I know my rent or my mortgage is, $2,500, and utilities, $150, $200 a month. I have one car. I'm getting rid of a second car. One's paid off, one I have a monthly, expense for $300. Gas prices went up. I spend, $50 fill up once a week, $50 a week. So you're just kind of estimating what you think is going out. When you finish that exercise and writing everything down, you should, and I tried to give you examples of what it could be. So like co-pays, you may not necessarily think about, or how much you're eating out in restaurants. These are things that you want to think about because it's money that's going out. So go through that list, try and figure out, put a rough number. We're going to go through the actual number together. And then at the end of actually putting together that list, if you could start this week pulling the transaction reports. So you just want to go onto your bank accounts or credit cards, however you're spending your money. And there's a way to download the Excel or CSV file of what you're spending. So we're going to start with this year because that will give us pictures like past patterns, and we'll have more current. And then in our discussions, we'll figure out if there's future expenses that you're expecting. Maybe you're pregnant and you're expecting hospital bills, or that you're going to get a surgery, or something's going on with your child, or you have an event like a bar mitzvah to plan. So we will deal with those questions out in the future. But follow the assignment to pull all of your transactions, and we will start categorizing that. So for this week, it's just what you think you're spending. Creating that list of items, and start to pull the reports and save them on your desktop or computer, however you're going to save it. You can put it in the cloud, however you want to do it, but just start getting the data together, because next week we're going to dive deep into that and start really looking at what is going out, what the actual numbers are. Questions, technical questions, I can help you. I've worked with different banks, Chase and Wells Fargo and TD and Citibank. So American Express, if you find that you're not able to locate how to download the transaction reports, shoot me a text, WhatsApp, email, and I'll help guide you on that technical standpoint. If you don't have Excel on your computer, we are going to need to work with Excel. There is Google Sheets, which you could work on, which is the same thing. It's similar. You're not going to have as many formulas and things like that, but it is something that we can use. So message me personally if you don't have access to Excel, and we'll figure out the best way. Maybe I will do it for you and send it to you, but we will cross that road if that's the issue. So let's get started.